This might just make you want to quit. Unfortunately, I think remote work is becoming more and more of a perk rather than the standard. If you haven't already heard, Amazon just announced that they're going to be forcing their employees back into the office 5 days a week starting early 2025. Right now, the Amazon Shuffle is a hybrid situation, so this is going to be quite a change as far as the corporate dynamic. I want to talk about it a little bit more, kind of why they're doing it and kind of what I've seen in the past week since the news broke. Welcome to my channel. My name's Patrick. This is Patrick Recruiter. I have nearly a decade of experience taking small startups from just a handful of employees to hundreds of employees globally. I'm eager to chat about this topic and see what you all think around a 5-day work week back in the office. In case you haven't heard, the CEO of Amazon, Andy Jassy, announced in a company-wide message to the Amazon corporate team that they are expected to be back in the office 5 days a week. We're going back to kind of pre-pandemic days in the office, and I'm curious, with Amazon doing this, what does this mean? Is this going to be a domino effect for other companies? I heard that Dell is actually also considering doing a 5-day back in the office work week starting early next year as well. So this could just be the beginning of some dominoes that are happening. Why would you do this? Unfortunately, this is kind of like a silent layoff for some of the employees at Amazon. If you really value a work-life balance, you value having the hybrid work situation, working remotely a few days a week, so you don't have to worry about commuting into the office, you can attend your events in the evenings, no problem. This might just make you want to quit. At the end of the day, work-life balance is said to be more motivating than the actual salary that you're paid. LinkedIn just came out with an article that really dived deep into this topic, which I'll link in the description below, but basically they realized via their data and analysis that those that work in a fully remote or even at least a hybrid situation don't feel like they are undercompensated, whereas those employees that work in the office 5 days a week feel that they are undercompensated and that they don't make enough money for their worth. So just based off that data alone, looks like a shift back into a 5-day work week might cause employees to be hesitant that their work-life balance might not be so much work-life balance. It's going to be much work and commute balance and not work-life balance. So unfortunately, I think people are going to quit. And this is an easy way for Amazon to kind of not say they're doing layoffs, but basically having layoffs occur because employees look elsewhere for those opportunities where they can work at least in a hybrid situation, or if not fully remote. Another reason why Amazon decided to make this shift back into the 5-day work week is that the CEO of Amazon stated that he wants to be the largest startup in the world. I'm not quite sure how that works out when you are thousands of employees. That's very much different type of an atmosphere and work environment than a startup. For somebody like me who's been in that startup scene, understands kind of just how that operates, it's very much different than that corporate environment, which is very much red tape. Things move slowly. A lot of kind of hoops to jump through and bars to kind of cross just to get something across the line. So the idea that, hey, we want to work faster in an in-person environment might be true, but to call yourself the world's largest startup, that seems a little bit weird to me. Seems a bit strange that they want to shift back into the 5-day work week, but I get where he's coming from. He values the culture. He values the ability to work in person with the belief that they'll be able to improve and innovate faster in person versus the virtual environment. It's a little funny because this is Amazon, which is an online shopping destination. So it's just kind of funny. Not surprisingly, since the news broke just about like a week, maybe a week and a half ago, Amazon employees are a little bit already in an uproar. Employees are definitely hesitant about this move. So what this means for you as a recruiter out there, or you as a founder of a company, you need to start targeting Amazon employees now. It's going to be very critical for you to create those relationships, kind of build those bonds with potential hires that haven't left Amazon yet, but maybe are looking to leave based off this news. And now you can offer something unique, which is hopefully full-time remote work, or at least a hybrid situation. That is such a strong pitch that you can give to a prospective candidate. Will definitely probably at least be willing to entertain a phone call with you or a meeting with you, because they are not going to get that at Amazon. Now is your opportunity to start sourcing from Amazon, looking at their top tier employees, to start building those relationships, building those connections. That way, when they do decide to leave, you're in mind. And then also, perhaps you can poach them early. Maybe you can get them in the door before the end of the year. I think at the end of the day though, this decision by Amazon really highlights a broader debate that's happening across industries. And that is like, how do we work? We're in this hybrid situation now. Should we go back in the office? Should we stay hybrid? Should we stay remote? How should we hire new employees? You have all these industries trying to figure all this out. And I think Amazon is a big player out there. And with them making this move, it might cause others to make this move as well. And if your company's working remotely right now, you might want to check in to make sure that's still the plan heading into 2025. So I just want to hop on here, share some initial thoughts around Amazon's decision to go back into a 5-day work week. I'd like to hear your perspective, hear your thoughts. You're currently a full-time remote employee now, and let's say your company also decides to make this transition. How are you going to be feeling? Are you going to look elsewhere? Really, I would love to get your perspective. Drop some thoughts in the comments below and I'd love to engage with you there. And if you like discussion into the workplace trends, I have other videos you might like as well, where I dive into ghost jobs. Those are those jobs that companies post, but they're not actually hiring or looking to fill immediately. They're just posting for a variety of reasons, which I'll dive deep into that video, but check that out. They're littered across our job boards. If you haven't heard of ghost jobs and you're on the actual job hunt, you might want to check that out so you can learn a little bit more as to what to expect and what to look for when you are applying to jobs. I also dive deep into AI and how it's impacting recruiting. You can check that out as well. Thanks for watching. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Follow along for more career, interviewing, and recruiting insights.